Well, hey everybody. It is Friday, the 30th of April, last day of April, and coming up on the last day of my 8th week here in Harpers Ferry, and decided to take another 0 day because there's a high wind warning going throughout tonight where gusts are going to get up to 55, 60 miles an hour out on the trail. And I don't know if y'all have been out on the trail when you have these high wind events, but essentially you've got a bunch of trees that wind up coming down all around you, and it's just, I don't know, at this point I kind of figure it's not worth it. And why risk your well-being when you literally could just hang out in a safe spot for the night and live to hike another day, and then I'll just head out tomorrow and start into Maryland. But what I wanted to kind of highlight here, and unfortunately it makes me sad because I was looking forward to this, probably like most people when they come to Harpers Ferry, but as you can see, here we are right outside the ATC, outside their headquarters here in Harpers Ferry, and unfortunately they are still closed. So kind of breaks my heart because everything else in Harpers Ferry right now is open except the ATC, which I don't know how y'all feel about that, but I mean, I'm all for following protocols and caution, and doing what we each can to minimize the spread of COVID and everything else. And so carry around the mask, and whenever I go into shops and they say, hey, please have a mask on, I wear a mask. It's just the right thing to do. But it does make me sad that the ATC, they said back in January, February, that they still weren't going to recognize anybody for this year until there was a widely distributed vaccine, which I think we could rationally argue that is the case now, and still haven't heard from the ATC on that. I could be wrong. I've been on the trail since beginning of March, so maybe they've said something different, but all I know is that they're still closed here at the headquarters. So that if that's any kind of indicator as to how they're still approaching this thing, and their level of caution and or fear or whatever it is. But yeah, it does make me sad because I know that people come here when they're doing their through hike or even just visiting, and just spoke to a gentleman who was right outside here before I started filming and took his picture next to the sign here, and he said that he's been reading about this place since he was a kid, and so he wanted to come out and check it out and go inside and stuff, and it was closed, and he's just like so I know how he feels. But yeah, anyway, so today's just going to be another down day, and maybe go do some resupply type stuff before heading out tomorrow, and just double checking everything, maybe mail some stuff home, who knows, the typical stuff. But hope you all are having a fantastic end of your week, and yeah, tomorrow, May 1st, end of my 8th week of this fantastic adventure, and yeah, onward to Maine. Here we go. Good evening. Normally I don't get to do stuff at night when I'm on the trail because it's dark and you don't want to tick off all the other hikers that are trying to sleep, because I'm a night owl type person, as evidenced by the fact that it is after 11 o'clock on a school night, on a hiking night. You may recall earlier I was showing video when I started off today outside of the ATC headquarters here in Harpers Ferry, and said that I was going to take a 0 today and just get out on trail tomorrow because of the high wind advisory. They're expecting anywhere from 55 to 60 mile an hour gusts all the way up until I think like 2 a.m. Tonight. And in the end, I'm glad I did that. As it turns out, the winds got so strong even just a couple hours after I shot that footage outside the headquarters that it actually knocked down a power line, and so you had live wires right there on the street where I was filming outside of the ATC headquarters. So in the end, it was probably a wise idea not to go back out on the trail, also evidenced by the fact that a ton of other hikers also decided to book a room here at the Quality Inn in Harpers Ferry. It sold out, like, I think it was before noon, they sold all their rooms. So, and the night before, it was maybe, 25% capacity kind of thing. So anyway, lesson learned there. If they put out an advisory that there's going to be severe thunderstorms, severe wind events, just why not just heed that warning and save yourself some potential trouble? I get it. I mean, at the very beginning of my through hike, I just kind of ignored what was put out as far as a thunderstorm. And as a result, I wound up hiking on a ridgeline for, what was it? I forget how many hours. I think it was like 3.5 hours hiking on top of a ridgeline in a thunderstorm where there's lightning within literally 2-3 miles, if you count the seconds after the strikes and stuff. And there's nothing I could do. I was stuck on a ridgeline. And that was a boneheaded mistake on my part. I didn't have to do that. I could have heeded the advice. So anyway, certainly hike your own hike. We all take the inherent risk of doing it, but why not just take an extra night, just chill out someplace safe, hotel, hostel, whatever, and just enjoy some company, enjoy some town food, and you'll go back out and hike the next day, right? Still not a race, yeah? You'll make it to Katahdin eventually, so keep on keeping on. Tried to make today as, beneficial, useful as possible. So I did something that I really think is going to pay off. I really hope so. I don't know if you're aware, but I've been dealing with metatarsalgia, which is essentially just severe pain on the ball of your foot. And this happens to a lot of hikers and stuff, especially when you're using the trail runners. And I was using the Lone Peaks, Ultra Lone Peaks, which are great in a lot of respects and not so great in a lot of respects. And just being an older guy that, started off 27, 28 pounds heavier, 2 months ago at the beginning of March, it was just murder on my feet. And I've been dealing with that pain, especially climbing whenever I have to climb uphill and stuff. So went out and went to the Outfitters here in Harpers Ferry, which are phenomenal, by the way. Harpers Ferry isn't a very big town, but the Outfitters is great. And they had in the brand new Ultra Olympus 4s. And let me just tell you, the reason why this shoe feels great to me, anyway, is, like I said, because of the metatarsalgia, you don't want to have shoes that are very flexible. And for anybody out there that's been rocking the Lone Peaks, you know that thing, if you go like this, it just goes and it folds over. It's almost like a flip-flop, right? Well, the Olympus, I'm not pushing, that's me pushing. So it's a lot stiffer, which is good, because what that's doing is it's not allowing all of your weight to push up onto your toes and get smashed every single time that you're taking a step up and having to push yourself uphill. So anyway, not only that, it's got a heck of a lot more cushion. Lone Peaks are not cushiony at all. I mean, they're great. You can feel everything. They're also not great because you can feel everything. Every rock, every, tree branch that you kick up, tree root, anything, you step on it, you feel it. These, so far, I'll find out when I get on the trail tomorrow, but so far, bam, digging it. So that was how I tried to, be productive today. Also did some resupply. Thought maybe y'all would like to see what it is that I take with me as far as what I'm going to eat for breakfast, lunch, snacks, dinner, whatever. So I will tell you that I'm kind of a weirdo that I don't really eat a lot in the morning or even lunchtime. I'll just kind of snack, just kind of squirrel, just eat little tiny things, and then normally eat something for dinner. It's just weird like that. Some people eat, you know, a big breakfast, or they'll make oatmeal or whatever, and then they'll sit down and have a lunch and do all that, and that's great. I'm just not one of those people. I can't, especially while I'm hiking. I can't sit there and eat a big meal. Just not working for me. So yeah, so I figured I will show you here real quick what it is that I use to keep me going. All right, here is what I'm going to, hopefully sustain myself and keep going for about the next 3 to 4 days. I could definitely get up to 4 days out of this, but it's always helpful to not reach the end of your food supply, but just kind of starting over here. One of the things I've really gotten into, and very thankful to John down in Daleville at the Outfitters down there that turned me on to these Cliff Energy Chews. They're like these little blocks that kind of like a gummy like texture or whatever, but you chew on them and it's just real nice and easy. So as you're hiking, you can just pop some of those in and chew on them, and it's not not real heavy or whatever, and they give you a nice little burst. And these right here I haven't tried yet, and I'm very excited, and here's why. Not only because it is salted watermelon, yeah, but it's also it says 2 times the sodium. And one of the issues that I have been having is sweating so much and not being able to hydrate enough, no matter how much water I'm taking in, and even with electrolytes and stuff like the Noon. Like I use the sport version of this, like this lemon lime strawberry lemonade. They also have another one, just in case you're not aware, that I don't drink coffee, so it's nice when I'm out there to have the caffeine. So this is the wild berry sport with caffeine by Noon. So that's nice. It's kind of my perk or pick me up. And then I just noticed these today and picked them up as well. These are black cherry, and they have caffeine. It says they have 50 milligrams per serving. I think there's 2 servings, so yippee, 100 milligrams of caffeine. I know I'm going to get some comments here where people are like, don't ingest that much caffeine. You don't know me, man. You don't know what it's like out here. I've seen some things, man. Anyway, and then I just picked up these little guys. We'll see how good these are. Everybody's always raving about almond butter, and so I figured I'd give these a try. Just little things that you like tear open and just slurp it down. Same thing with this. What's this one? Honey creamy almond butter. So yeah, 190 calories. It's got some protein in there, some carbs, give you a little energy. There's some more of the Noon packets. I think these ones, I also got those from John a long time. It is a long time ago now. Holy cow. Like 3 weeks ago or so, or longer, down in Daleville. But yeah, these are individual packets, and I think they've got like more punch to them as far as like what they can do for you as far as recovery and stuff, and then also the endurance portion. I will tell you that these guys right here in the tubes, and the little tiny pills that you drop into your water bottle, these actually taste good. These, not so much, but they're very good for you. So it's kind of one of those like, ugh, all right, I'll just go ahead and down it and know that it's going to help me out, especially when you're like sweating a lot. And for those of you that are now starting to get into the heat, just like this past week when I was hitting the roller coaster, please, please, please take care of yourself, hydrate. It is all too easy to get dehydrated and possibly, lead yourself into heat exhaustion. And that's the last thing in the world you want to do, because that can actually knock you off the trail real quick. because heat exhaustion can then actually potentially lead up to heat stroke, and you don't want that. So no need. Just properly hydrate. Drink water, you damn hippies. Anyway, Fig Newtons, Pop-Tarts, that's always kind of a morning staple. You know, it's just easy. It's a lot easier than having to like warm up water and do oatmeal and stuff. Just started getting into, I kind of resisted doing the beef jerky thing. I don't know why, but realized that I needed to be ingesting a lot more protein than I was. So went ahead and started doing beef jerky, and it is definitely a lifesaver because at the end of the day, if you've not had enough protein, you're going to start getting like muscle cramps and everything else, not only in your feet, legs, but with me, I even get it in my hands to where I'll just be sitting there and like a finger will just like, just tighten up, and there's nothing you can do to like uncramp it. You just literally have to go through the pain. And a lot of that has to do with being dehydrated and then not having ingested enough protein during the day. It's amazing how much energy your body is utilizing throughout the day, which is good because it's eating away all my fat, but but it also needs more than just my old fat deposits around my dad bod. So here's some more protein that's just kind of easy, quick, ingestible as I'm hiking on the trail, and I don't have to like make a meal and stuff. So cashews, obviously, it's got really good fat for you. I'm not going to complain about the milk chocolate. That's why I got those. Same thing here. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to Himalayan salted dark chocolate almonds. Oh, yum, 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 yum. Got some pistachios, samey. Some apricots, the probiotics. Keep everything regular. You know how we do. Some of my favorite things in the whole world. Oh my gosh. Oh, sourdough nibblers by Schneider's. Schneider's of Hanover. It's so tasty, so yummy. It's my little sourdough nibbler treats. When I put them all in my mouth, I did all of them. So good. Oh gosh. These are just, you get so tired of these. At first you're like, oh, this is kind of tasty. This is cool. Yeah. After about week 4, you're like, I hate you, Starkist. I hate everything. Like, it's the smell. Like now, I don't know about y'all, but like if you eat these things, like after a while, you just smell them. You're like, oh, God, you open up the packet and you're like, no, so stinky. So stinky. And then let's see what we got here. So we got a little bit of the Alpen Air. What's this one? This spicy chicken curry. So nice. Over here we've got a little chili Montagnard mountain chili. Then we just hop over into the backpacker's pantry. What? My home state of Nuevo Mexico. Repping the 505, y'all. What? Santa Fe style rice and beans with chicken. Oh yeah. The beef stroganoff sauce. This egg noodles and beef and mushrooms. And just a real favorite, a real favorite around the house is shepherd's potato stew with beef. Shepherd's pie. And then, last but certainly not least, my vice. Yep, my big vice. Jumbo Twists. Red Vines. Don't you dare try and hand me a Twizzler. I'll slap that Twizzler right out your mouth. So anyway, folks, that is what I will be ingesting as I march into Maryland tomorrow. And then hopefully within 48 hours, I'm marching across the Mason-Dixon line into Pennsylvania. And then, then I got to take a look and see where I'm resupplying next. But that is it. That's what I'm going to be eating. If you have any suggestions or comments or questions about my really wacky food energy selection, please leave a comment below. I would be happy to hear what y'all have to say and or answer any questions that you might have. Other than that, I hope that all of you have a fantastic weekend. If you liked the video, or if you've liked my videos so far, and you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd ask that you please do so. If you liked the video, certainly, why not give it a like? It's simple. Just hit the little like button. If you hit the notifications after subscribing, you'll never miss one of my videos. And I just want to thank you all for joining me along on this journey. And as always, love, peace, and chicken grease. This is Papa Bear, signing off.